Yes, once again, good afternoon. I hope you can hear me. If you can hear me, say a yes in the chat and we get started. Just throw me a yes in the chat room and we get started. All right. It's evident that you can all hear me. Given the yeses I am seeing in the chat room. Today, I want us to finalize this and we start a new topic. This is going to be very brief. All of these are your exercises. There is nothing big here. Oh, okay. So let's look at this section here. This first session is enough to finish it. And then we look at, we start on PDEs and we look at Z transforms, and that should be fine, right? So let's look at applications of this. So we have application of Fourier series to differential equations. You remember last time we looked at convergence and divergence. And needless to mention, you did the test, but it's like the test was given to students who had attended the Easy 2 for just a single lecture. The performance is appallingly disturbing. And I don't know why you chose to perform like that. If you are God-fearing, you pray that God can have mercy on you so that you stop cramming, you understand, and you answer things the way they should be answered. Majority, quite a number have zeros. There are some of you who thought you were experts, you would copy in the last few minutes because the statistics shows that some of you logged in towards the end. After running around to try, I think, to get solutions. And things didn't work out, I think. And I have seen a comment in the chat room from some command here called Genza Derek. There is a Kawaizeka here who is saying that the expert together with the body gateway 504 defeated the experts. Maybe first of all, the word experts, you replace it with the crammers. This command, Genza Derek. You are talking of body gateway, there was no body gateway. And it is the very reason, because I wanted to draw with those body gateways which were not there, the system can show if someone has bumped into one, no body gateway was experienced. So I don't think Derek is being honest here. And for the others, who think it was a bad gateway, please. Don't keep revising, thinking bad gateway will be an excuse. Remember, I told you we start at 5. Very many people complained that they were in mountainous areas. I shifted the test by 1 hour from 5 to 6. You are supposed to do that test in 30 minutes. As always, I was generous. I gave you 45. Even when the 45 elapsed, I saw some of you were not yet submitting. I added you more time. I added 5 minutes, and I even regret why I added the 5, because in those 5 minutes, some people logged in and they started answering questions in the last 5 minutes. And somehow those film stars died in their own movie. I think they had finished collecting answers. Their preferred game plan was the final minutes we do clicking. The time did not allow them to finish the clicking. So you realize someone attempted the exam for some 39 seconds. And you can truly see this person logged in the 5 minutes I added you, which is very embarrassing for a third year. You can see a third year who is very unserious. But for those who are serious, of course, a serious third year must have logged in at exactly 6. For those serious ones who logged in at that time and they did, and things went as they went, I could say at least some level of seriousness was displayed. For those who started late, you have your reasons, but I know even if you started, for example, 15 minutes past 6, you would be allowed to finish at 7. Those were 45 minutes. So the latest entrant into the test, given that I added some 5 minutes, should have entered 10 minutes past 6. But the performance is despicable. So someone says method marks because some of us are not good at working a number till the final answer. There is another Waizeka here who is called Olet Solomon. He's proud of his goodness in working a number and he never finalizes it. Keep in your zone, Mr. Solomon. Keep praising yourself with that goodness of not being able to always get an answer to the final. Good for you, good for you. Someone says method marks. I want to assure you, students, I did education like you. When you talk of method marks, they are included because I have a fairly satisfactory understanding of pedagogy. So with the online assessment, there is a way I cater for that, and don't use that as an excuse. That is, what is the name? Solomon Olet. That's why I prefer those short answer questions more than the multiple choice. You guys, you are being taught about the different assessment modes. And I would guess you would clearly understand what I'm talking about here. Okay, apart from one man who said that there is this command Sepuya. I don't like his name very much because of its sound, Sepuya, but he says that I did education not on Mwere. Of course, it was not on Mwere, but those days, the darkness of those days was as good as doing it on Mwere, because for us, internet was not really even around almost. So for you, it is around. For us, was not around. I can only tell you, during our time, it was worse than your time. Okay, I think let's leave the test in the background. I'm sure you are aware when exams are starting. Exams are around the corner. We are closing in quite fast. Personally, I'm confident with the coverage so far done. I hope that as we dig deep into the coverage, you are also doing your best to dig deep into the mastery of the content and the target goals in terms of the objectives that were set that should be realized by the end of the coverage of this course unit. All right. So let's continue. We have okay. I'm looking in the chat. People are simply making fun of Sepuya's name. People are saying my volume is too low. I don't know whether that is entirely true. Hopefully it's not your gadgets. I guess I'm loud enough. Okay. Okay. Someone says 15th. This is Kisaki. I don't know. I think 15th is to do with the exam. I don't know whether that's the date Kisaki is trying to insinuate in his comment in the chat. But I hope, yes. If you're saying 15th, that is mid-month, mid-November. So you should be warming up for another test very soon, maybe another one when. Today is Monday, tomorrow is, we have another lecture on Thursday. We could do another one on, or maybe Saturday again. The choice is yours. We can do one on a Saturday, which goes up to where we will stop. That one will cover the first part. Laplace, we do Fourier and some part of PDEs. You can give me a yes if you agree to this. Yes, those who you throw me a yes in the chat room. Okay, but Asaki says yes, Isaac says yes. This is good. That sample is enough. 3 people, it's better you go with these yeses. So this is the beauty of Mwere. So we will do, I think, another one where I get a yeah from Kisaki. Everyone seems to say yes, even Mr. Niwagawa. This is good. Okay. I think that one is an agreed deal. Some of you are too much analog, like Niwe Herbert, who insists must be physically. Then another one, Andrew Mutungire, also wants a physical one. Please adjust your mindset and run away from analog. Please be digital. These days in pedagogy, we talk about blended learning and assessment. So accept to be assessed in a blended mode, and here blending, bringing Mwere on board with all its benefits. Digitalize your mindset. These people who insist on physical, Motevi and the colleagues. There is Nansami Ronald. I am requesting that you digitalize the mindset. Please try to digitalize Serugo inclusive. Okay, I think I have gone through all your chats. We can, and I appreciate the suggestions and the comments. So let's now get to business now. I think I have put your comments into consideration, but I must notify you early as in now. The next one is going to be on Mwere. Please, you should know that the next test is also on Mwere, and the third test will also be on Mwere. So for those suggesting physical, I insist for those who want to be prepared early in advance, these tests are going to be on Mwere, blended assessment modes. Okay, so we shall someone says their results, you will get your results. I can even flash you your results here, and I show you the garbage that was submitted. If you want, I can flash you a little bit, but I'm not sure whether the names will not come. Now someone says that what if you do it during the daytime? This man Karule. Daytime will bring, daytime has its own disadvantages. One, bad getaway. Two, this daytime Mwere assessment mode is a super spreader of COVID-19 because students converge in one room in Kikoni there to attempt, and by the time they leave, some are coughing, others are sneezing, and when they go home, they spread COVID to their dear parents. Yes, I agree with Dixon Serunjoji. That time is so wicked. I agree with you, Dixon. You really deserve to be a coordinator. How do you see if, okay, that one I have answered. Let it be physical. No, these are already posts. I have been talking to, okay, I think that's fine. Dr. May is asleep. Who is May? Someone says May is asleep. Okay, go with the usual time. 6 a.m. Now you are talking. Whoever has suggested 6 a.m., Carole Mavis, problems, daughters may get problems during night. Which problems are you going to get? What do you mean daughters may get problems? It is 6 a.m. Even those who have been misbehaving out there with whoever is messing up with them, they are awake by that time. My functions in the test failed to display. I have not understood you, Mr. Sentongo. Whatever you mean by functions in the test failing to display, I am clueless. I can only guess you have a gadget that is not up to the game, And as I have always requested, have a garbage bin always closest to you, because they can also converge in one place for the whole night, for the catastrophe. Someone is telling me something I did not expect. This Ronald is saying that some would come, you mean they will converge a night before? Hopefully that is not what he means. If that is what he means, then really Corona is going to knock on your doors, you people. So you mean people converged? I think this is what this guy is saying. Nasani, Ronald. Okay. Maybe Setongo had issues with his network, probably. Functions could bring math error. These people of functions bringing math error, it is the gadgets functions what it displaying, because the network, if the network had issues, this time we do the exam at 4 a.m., then those problems will be solved as well. If you want, we can do it at 2 a.m. in the night, then the network will be super strong. Isaac wants to continue to business. Corona only attacks the weak. Okay, I'll not go into the politics of Corona. Is the lecture going to start? This is Talemwa. The lecture has started. That's why we are reviewing what happened in the test. We do it at 10 p.m. Okay, those are the suggestions. Now, as Mr. Talemwa has requested, let's go down into business. We have reviewed the test and we have seen what has happened. People have tried to look at rather assess and give feedback on what happened during that test, and that is important for me to know, because some may have to be considered as we prepare for test 2. Okay. So applications, the applications are quite direct. Why are they quite direct? It is because all that we are going to do here has been already discussed. We are saying Fourier theory invented this one. I told you when we started this, why do we need to do Fourier studies? I told you how fundamental they are in understanding blips, or what you would call even jumps or volatilities in some given dynamics, and some of these would be dynamics I am confident that you have done in the dynamical systems, and currently I think you're doing biomath with Dr. Hassan Dumba. I'm sure he's echoing some of the theories or concepts that were covered and discussed in dynamical systems. So here we further bring up this. So once you have a differential equation such as this, guys, in the easy one, you did something that was called power series solutions. I hope you still remember that. If you remember what you did in power series solution, you would have a solution that would take, you have a y, which would be a sum of n running from 1, not 1, but rather 0. This was to infinity. This was n into x minus that was x naught. This was always to the power n. I hope you remember something like this. I remember you told you this course, one of the courses, rather one of the prerequisite courses, of course, is 1. So in that course, you did something similar to that, but this must have come after doing some few basic concepts in area analysis. You revisited a few things before this to do with the ratio tests, to do with the root tests. There is also the so-called D'Lambert's approach of solving sequences and series such as this one here. Then once this Y would assume a solution of that type, then again you go back to the actual definition of a given differential equation. Is it homogeneous? Is it non-homogeneous? This one is non-homogeneous because of that function f of x. So you'll go ahead and you deal with the non-homogeneous part, which you would call the y c, the complementary. And then once you would deal with the function f of x, you would get a generic expression. Since this is a 3x, that is linear in format, then you say it would take the generic solution would take the form ax plus b. Then using this, you would actually differentiate that twice depending on the degree of that differential equation. You substitute and then you find these constants ab's, incorporate there would be initial conditions and then come up with the answer. That's what we would do. Now, the approach here is quite similar, but here we are using a Fourier series. And once you talk of a Fourier series, then the question is, which Fourier series are you using? Is it a full range Fourier series, or it is a half range Fourier series? That was the other thing. Now, we can forget that this statement is not there. You just forget this one. I want you to assume that this thing here is what? Is not here. This one, assume it is not there. Is that okay? We should be able to get these ones by ourselves. You're simply given this. So when you are given this, first of all, how do you tell whether this is a full range or a half range? You tell from, in this particular example, it will depend on the way the conditions have been initialized. So here when x is 0, you have 0. When x is 1, you still get y 0. It means you have your x lying between 0 and 1. And if it lies between this and this, you surely know if it is if the function is even, you would end up with only the two Fourier coefficients, that is the an and the bn, rather the a0 and the an. And if it is odd, you'd end up with only bn, of course, a0 and an being 0. In this case, you have 3x. Surely this one is odd. You are going to end up with that one there. Because remember now, this here is our f of x. So once you have this, you remember the formula is 2 over L. I hope you guys still remember this is 0 to L f of x, and this is a dx. I hope we are together there. So once you do this, you are going to find you have those zeros, and then you get the 1. So you can simply use this half range interval you are moving from 0 to 1 because this is a 0 here. You're looking at the interval of x. X operates within what range? According to this initial condition, x operates between 0 and 1. So you move from 0 and 1, and then you go ahead to find the expressions of A0, AN, and BN. So for those who have not yet looked at this, of course, if you look at this, that would be 3 over that. We can even try out this one here. That is a square over 2. You have 3 over 2. This is what you have. That is 3 over 2, and this is x. So you have a certain x squared here, and if it is x squared, you'll have a 1. The other one is a 0. So that gives you 3 minus, then you have a 2 which cancels with the other one. I hope you can get that. But now, with respect to this, as I have already demonstrated, if this is not given, just look at the range that x is being picked from with respect to that problem there. This is 0 to 1, so this would be half range, and by a half range here means you use the formulas you had for the odd and what and even, and once you get to those.